everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I thought it would just be fun, of course, to do a little eye tutorial, but I also wanted to talk about Black Friday kind of shopping and how I'm really feeling about it this year, just in general. I'm just going to kind of start as I'm talking. I'm just going to be playing with the 'Tis the Season palette from Cosmic Beauty. I think this was their palette last year, the year before. I honestly don't remember. I'm really just going to be playing with kind of the greens and stuff. If you are curious, I can of course let you know, but let me know if you're curious. But mainly, I wanted to just talk about how I'm feeling about Black Friday and everything, especially this year. So I guess we can go ahead and just start. So I'm definitely feeling really different, I feel, this year with Black Friday. I've been feeling this way for a while. I think a lot of us are. I think that consumerism has become such this rampant thing. I hope to maybe give some, like, a little bit of perspective. I don't know, because I get that the temptation is so strong, and I'm feeling it even within myself, and unfortunately sorry if I'm blocking you, our current society has gotten us, I feel, or like what advertisers want, has gotten us to this, like, it doesn't feel like the holidays if we're not consuming, and that, or like, even like, obviously, you know, consuming is part of it, but that it's this release of excitement for a couple of minutes of like, oh, I really shouldn't, but you know what, I'm gonna go big this year. And I think a trap that I personally find myself falling into is that I'll do it a lot of years. I don't think I did it last year, but I know I have done it previous years, and I just find myself buying all this stuff that I don't necessarily need in my collection, and then feel like I'm wasting, and I really don't like that. Sorry if you can hear a dog outside barking. I think I'm more trying to think for myself of like, how can I quit that normality of that release that I feel when I just overconsume, and I'm already feeling it. Like, I'm looking on sites and seeing deals and stuff, and I think I guess we'll go in with my first kind of trick. You know, let me get this eye evened up and then right back. Alright, sorry about that. As you see, I am a bit more advanced in my look than I was earlier. I actually did finish this side completely. I actually had an order come, so that's why I was like, acting a little weird. But anyways, what I'm trying to do this year for Black Friday is, for one, my biggest one, and again, I think that each person is going to be, like, curtailed what's going to work for them, but I think that probably, like, one, which is probably makes sense for most of us, is only buy what you have planned for. So, for me, the biggest ones so far is, and I have talked about them, I think before, is I wanted two of the two highlighters from the Trap collection from Gourmand Girls and the liquid lipsticks. And as you're seeing this, they have a current sale going on. I believe it will be going on during this video as well for 40% off, which is actually like pretty dang crazy and pretty dang excited. So I jumped at the chance of that. I am happy though I did not overbuy. I did not buy anything that I know I'm not going to use. So, for example, they did have some lip glosses. If you're not new, I'm not a lip gloss person, so I'm happy that I, like, stuck to my kind of thing with that. But then the other brand, that I want to buy from this year is going to be Nomad, which I did just do, my last video was on their Christmas one, but I do want to get, it's the Polar Express palette and the Chicago Speakeasy palette. But to be completely honest, I think that is really it that I can think of. I am trying to be better about using some of the makeup that I currently have. I'm sure as you saw, if you did see from a couple videos back, so that is something as well that I'm really kind of working on, and am actually quite enjoying challenging myself to create some new content with those palettes. I just find it really fun, and I will also say in this current time period that a lot of people are finding themselves in, where either money is tight or we're not wanting to spend our money, or of course for the unfortunate people who, at least here in the States, are struggling with food insecurity. I think for me, I really want to try to kind of go in with that of creating content using stuff I already have, just because I feel like there's a lot of us who are trying to do, less for multiple reasons. And I think also kind of going back to where I think I originally started is that I feel like we've been tricked into this advertising kind of thing that Christmas is all about stuff. Now, granted, gifts are fun. I'm not going to say that they're not, but I think for me, and I'd be curious to know your all's perspective, but I've had it, I remember I had one year where I went crazy, and I mean crazy. I spent probably almost $1,000, which I know is nuts, on makeup for Christmas. And yeah, it was nice to buy it all. It was exciting. But sadly, a lot of it was liquid lipsticks. Those, unfortunately, all were wasted. Eyeshadow palettes that I just really didn't use. It was really just that collector's mentality that I don't necessarily fully hate, but unfortunately I'm, an eyeshadow collector, but I think that it still is important to maybe limit. So that's kind of my big focus, and that's where I think, at least, again, this is only just for myself, and if these tricks work for you, is to really kind of just limit what I am purchasing, and as well really just reusing what I have, because I mean, hello, this look here I love. I think it's so pretty, and have I probably created a look similar to this? Of course I have, but that, I don't even care about that for one, but for two, there are looks that even I was looking at this quadrant here, and I guarantee you I have never used this shade here, and looking at it, I'm like, oh, that would be kind of pretty to do something with this quadrant. I don't know, I'm feeling very inspired by trying something different, which is it literally kind of feels like a present, even though it's not, because I already have it, but it's oh, I get to re-invest or re-look, and I really just, I don't know, I'm really enjoying it. Obviously, I have not stopped buying makeup, again, I just bought this Nomad palette. You also know I have the Ice Cream Beauty Box subscription. I'm not anti-buying, but I think that I am also really focused on just trying to use some of what I have, or just re-looking at it just to get some more use, so I'm not being completely wasteful, and also just kind of thinking more smart for the things that I do want. I feel one of my current favorites that I have been doing this season, and actually did start around Halloween. Me and my sister, we went to a pumpkin patch and stuff, so that was super fun. But so far for the holidays, I have been baking cookies. I baked cookies a couple of times. I will be making Christmas candy for my coworkers. I'm really enjoying that, and also it allows me to kind of allocate some money towards there. I don't really have a family, a big family. My current family, we don't do traditional what you might think of Christmas, so we don't really buy each other Christmas presents. We might do my sister and I would do stockings for each other, but my mom will just send food. I make a caramel corn that she really likes, so I usually send her some of that. Just easy stuff, and I think that I'm really, I don't know, I'm just really appreciating it, and I feel that I'm kind of changing how I feel about the season, the holiday season, and then it is about, it's not only just about buying stuff and having stuff, which is just so weird and random. But sorry, back to kind of Black Friday. I mean, I guess I'm a little bit circling with all of that, but as we're nearing the end of this video, because my makeup is already done now, one last tidbit that I did kind of want to throw in there is I do know that a lot of people are talking about boycotting Black Friday, which I am super here for, especially for massive big brands. I am 100% here for. I think that you should still be fair to yourself. If there's things that, for example, my sister really wants to get herself an Oculus, I think that there are things that, unfortunately, there's probably not a mom and pop shop that you can buy yourself an Oculus from, but I think that if it's random stuff from Target or Walmart that, is nice, but is probably going to be wasted a lot of the times, I'm definitely here for that. I think how my kind of boycott, if you're curious, is going to work is I, if anything, will be shopping only from indie brands. It is something that I have done the past few years. I really haven't, thought about it, but I am just going to be shopping from indie brands, and I am mainly just going to be not over consuming of the things that I buy. I'm really going to try to not be tempted, because a lot of the times the sales are tempting, and I think mainly, not that I'm all for helping these indie brands to make sales and business, because like obviously I love that, but I still need to be smart for myself, and I need to think, do I actually need this? Like a big one that I was going to add to my list is lipsticks, liquid lipsticks. But when I look here, I have even just this is not even all of my liquid lipsticks. I have enough. Some I need to weed out because they are like lip glosses, but there are liquid lipsticks in here that I need to wear. Like recently, I've been wearing a lot of red lipstick, and I was like, oh my gosh, I should get a new red lipstick. And I'm like, but why? Because I realized I have like 3 that I've had for quite a while, and I'm like, I think that's the part where I'm really trying to change my mindset with consuming. Again, I'm not super perfect at it. Obviously, I just bought 2 highlighters from Gourmand Girls that I probably already have those shades, but I know I've wanted them. I've wanted to try them. So there is, I'm allowing some sort of freedom, but I also want to make sure that certain things I'm cutting back on. So that's where I would definitely say lipsticks, except for I did buy the ones that I knew I wanted from the brand, but I'm not like overly just buying random ones just to kind of unfortunately have them waste, because that is something else that it does sadden me when I go through my collection and I'm like, I shouldn't have bought this. It's not really something I want, and now it's wasted or whatever. Like, I really just want to try to be a lot better. Anyways, that is going to be it for today's video. I apologize if it was a lot of like rambling random. I definitely kind of just wanted to talk about some of the things that how I am just kind of feeling with everything, especially because Black Friday is literally upon us. As the video goes up, it will be that current Friday. So yeah, I'm really trying to just curtail, and stop myself from buying stuff that I don't necessarily need. But yes, let me know your thoughts of that. I hope you're having a great rest of your day, and I will see you on my next one. Okay, bye.